Okay, so I started off this card by inking up the little puppy dog image from the Birthday Buddy stamp set. And I used Tuxedo Memento black ink and stamped it onto CC Designs Copic quality 80-pound cardstock. And then I'm just using my E41, E42, and E43 markers to color in the main parts of the body. Just starting with the E41 and then going in with the E42 and then the E43 to kind of give it a bit of depth. And you notice like I did each ear separately and then I'm doing just the face and then moving on to the body. It just makes it easier that way to do the blending and whatnot when you work in smaller areas. So I kept it pretty simple and basic. Just quick blending. I didn't want to go to a whole lot of trouble with this. These images are more simple and I think they just look better when you keep the coloring simple as well. So once I got all of the body done, I went in and colored all the little spots with E44. And then the mouth was just R46. And then that I just trimmed out the image when I was done. It was totally off camera. I didn't have the camera angle right, so I just deleted that part. But then I went and used a Spellbinders circle die to cut out a circle from some white cardstock. And my base for the card front is just another piece of red cardstock. And then I went through the basic gray Life of the Party pattern papers. That was kind of the base of my color theme and everything for these cards. So I chose a few different little papers at random, trimmed them with my paper trimmer, and then I trimmed the center piece like on an angle each end, just to kind of give it a bit of a different look so that everything wasn't straight on. And then I decided I wanted to frame the little circle for the main image, so I used a Scalloped circle Spellbinders die and some more Life of the Party paper. And then I decided that I wanted some definition between the different pattern papers, so I used my MFT Star Border die and cut some brown cardstock with the that die. And then before getting to that point, I adhered the papers down. Those two pattern papers I had just cut straight. They didn't need to be cut on an angle, because when I adhere the last piece, because it's on an angle and it goes over top of them, it looks like they've all been cut on an angle. So just kind of an easy way to cheat, basically. And then to adhere that star border, since it's all open and kind of finicky, I just dabbed on Tombow Mono Multi Glue, just very, very lightly, so that it wouldn't seep out when I pressed it down onto the card front. So I did that twice, one on each end of the middle strip of pattern paper there. And once I had that adhered down, and dries really quickly, like seconds was all it took, I just flipped it over and used scissors to trim off the parts that were hanging over the edge of the card front. So I decided to keep this card pretty simple and no other embellishments, just the main image, and then I needed a sentiment. So for the sentiment, I used the Happy and Bark Day. They're actually two separate stamps, so I just put them onto the block together the way I wanted them. Again, just inked them up with the Tuxedo Memento black ink. Stamped it onto white cardstock, and then chose another circle Spellbinders die. Just fiddled around until I found the size that I wanted. This one's slightly smaller than the one I used for the main image. And since the image was already stamped, I used Scotch tape to adhere the die into place while I ran it through my die cut machine so that it wouldn't shift. And then I die cut another scallop circle, this time from one of the red pattern papers. And the card itself is going to be white. And I just used my ATG gun to adhere the card front onto the card base itself. And then I'll use the ATG gun again to adhere the main image and the sentiment. And for the little puppy dog there, you'll be able to see better at the end, but I actually paper pieced his little hat. I stamped it on one of the pattern papers and cut that out and adhered it rather than coloring in the little party hat that he's wearing, just for a little something fun. So yeah, super quick, simple card, great for little boys. I used the Tombow Monomulti again to adhere the little puppy dog in place. So got that the way I wanted it and lined up. And then I kept the inside really simple. I just used a strip of the dark brown pattern paper from the Life of a Party set. And I had a second image that I had colored before I filmed this video, just when I was messing around with colors. So I saved that, cut it out, and then used it on the inside of the card just to kind of finish it off. And that's all there was to it. So as always, there'll be links below in the description box, and I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you all next time. Bye!